Match day 3 in La Liga. EA Sports brought us the game between Girona and Osasuna. Girona's first home game of this new season. Girona looking to pick up their first win of the season, having drawn and lost their first 2 matches. Osasuna making the trip from Pamplona with a bright start to the campaign, having drawn and won one of their first 2 matches. Looking to pick up their first win on the road as they travelled to Montilivi. Girona were on the front foot, really, from the get-go. And it stayed like that until the end of the game. First chance was a cross from Bryan Gil looking for Bojan Miovski. He was making his first start for Girona. Sergio Herrera getting to that one first on that occasion. But it really was a statement of intent from the Catalan side. Quite a few crosses coming in and around the first 15 to 20 minutes from both sides, as both Abel Ruiz and, as we mentioned, Bojan Miovski started. So 2 strikers up front for Girona on the day. Victor Sigankov and Bryan Gil were the 2 providing width for Girona. Yeah, they both combined down the left, looking to find Abel Ruiz, but again Sergio Herrera was there. Alejandro Frances was making his La Liga debut at right back. Yeah, Ángel Herrera's cross from there, though, was not a successful one, but as Girona won the ball back, Bryan Gil had the first clear shot on target of the game and forced Sergio Herrera into his first big save. He did really well to get there, to be fair, because he had quite a few black shirts of Osasuna in his way. He just stayed on his toes to put the ball over the crossbar. Girona were constantly pressing high up the pitch to win the ball back. Bryan Gil asking for a penalty here following the cross, but it turned out to be a foul in attack from Abel Ruiz. Osasuna really struggling to have long spells of possession. That was actually something that was pointed out by Vicente Moreno during the first half cooling break. Girona having up to 65% possession in that first half alone. But still, no goals in the opening half an hour. That did change, though, just 1 minute after the cooling break, as Victor Sigankov played in a lovely cross on his left foot to pick up Bryan Gil, who scored his first goal for the club, and the first goal at Montilivi this season for Girona. Both wingers combining, and it really is a brilliant cross from Victor Sigankov to pick up Bryan Gil. How about that? That's even a striker's finish from the young winger. Sigankov showing that he is back to his best, providing that assist. Chances, though, did not stop in the first half, as in fact from a Victor Sigankov corner, the ball was picked up by Bryan Gil. He then played the ball back in, and Abel Ruiz really should have scored his first goal for the club, but he put the header the wrong side of the post. Abel Ruiz, the Olympic champion with Spain over the summer, unable to double his side's lead just before half-time. Still a lovely cross from Bryan Gil. Michel even thought the ball had gone in. It went just wide. Frances then went to ground, and there was a shout for a penalty in the final seconds of that first period, but it was actually a brilliant and clean tackle from Juan Cruz. Images now of the second 45, and it's fair to say that Girona started the second period the same way they ended the first. On the front foot, looking to create danger, finding ways through the Osasuna back line. It was Sigankov with the first chance, but on his weaker right foot, could only drag the shot wide. After some good link-up play with Abel Ruiz, he would definitely grow into the game in the second half. Fairly clumsy defending there, though, from Moy Gomez, it's fair to say. And that proved to be the case a few minutes later, once again, but this time for Lucas Torró, as Miovski's cross and a poor touch from Torró was met by Victor Sigankov, who added a goal to his earlier assist to make it 2-0 on 52 minutes. Sigankov, probably Torró, really didn't know too much about it, but as the ball dropped for the Ukrainian, he was able to swing his left foot at it and beat Sergio Herrera. Ball won back cleanly in the middle of the park by Ángel Herrera. As we just see there, the tidy finish from Sigankov again. Brian Gil putting in a big shift in the goal. Very happy to open his account for the new season. Setting up Brian Gil first, then scoring the second. Girona asserting their dominance early doors in the second period. And the chances actually wouldn't stop there, as arguably the goal of the season so far was then scored by Abel Ruiz. Ivan Martin with a cheeky chip over the top. The ball then shouldered down by Ángel Herrera, and Abel Ruiz just let fly to pick out the top corner and score his first La Liga goal on his home debut at Montilivi. That goal coming fairly quickly after the second, and therefore really putting the game to bed. How about that? Not just the goal, the assist from Ángel Herrera as well. And nothing really Herrera could do to get that one out of the top corner. Won't hit the ball better than that really this season, will Abel Ruiz. Or at least he'll struggle to do so. Vicente Moreno then reacted with a triple change that saw Rubén García come on to replace Moncayola. Raúl García came on for Ante Budimir, and Pablo Ibáñez came on for Aimar Roth. Stuani would then also enter the fray along with Uriol Romeu. Ángel Herrera was one of the men taken off along with Bojan Miovski. Stuani coming on for his 250th Girona appearance. Lele Blind almost set up Abel Ruiz for a second goal for him on the night, but the former Braga striker unable to hit the target. Good crossing though from the veteran Dutchman. Brian Zaragoza was then replaced by Iker Benito after a fairly quiet appearance. As then for Girona, Asprilla came on to make his La Liga debut, replacing Abel Ruiz. And Donny van der Beek would get his first minutes in a Girona shirt, coming on in the final minutes of the matchup, replacing Victor Sigankov. And overall, it would be a fairly bright debut, as he would get involved in a goal later on. Cristian Stuani, though, instantly putting himself about, getting into an argument with Errando. Fairly unnecessary from the Uruguayan captain. Van de Beek, his first big involvement in the game, winning a corner there, coming off Nacho Vidal. Final change for the visitors saw Lucas Torró coming off for Javi Martinez. Oriol Romeu was playing his first minutes back at Montilivi after he left the club at the start of last season to join Barcelona. He's returned on loan. And then in the final minutes, just to point it out, Donny van de Beek with an assist on his La Liga debut sets up Cristian Stuani, who made it 4-0. Stuani now with over 100 goals in the Spanish top flight in his career. Coming on, wearing the captain's armband and adding the icing to the cake to round off a perfect evening for Girona in their first home game of this new La Liga EA Sports season. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Michel providing magic at Montilivi. Despair really for Osasuna, who was second best throughout the entirety of the game. Osasuna looked to have the chance of a late consolation goal after some clever footwork from Raul Garcia, but his shot was nowhere near the target, going high and wide of the goal. Gazzaniga with not really a lot to do on the night, it's fair to say. As the final score at Montilivi saw Girona beat Osasuna by 4 goals to 0 to win their first game of the season.